Hi guys, so welcome back to NonnyPlus. So today I'll be talking about something very important. I will not be coding today enough for coding, today enough for to teach. But today just to give you an idea or the basic if you want to go into becoming a software developer. So most people, when they hear the word coding, they think that coding is not for me, or because I'm a businessman, or because I sell, or because I work from 8 to 5. Coding is not my type, or coding is not my calling. Or most of you think that coding is only meant for people that study computer science or people that study computer science, but definitely not. Personally, myself, what I studied in school was biological science. Now look at me today. I've diverted from biological science to coding. Or most of you think that coding is not for my kids, or maybe you are 10 or 11, 12 years, 13, 14, 15 years, and you're saying, no, I'm not yet ready to learn coding, or I'm not yet ready to learn programming language. No, it's better you start early, even though you're at the age of 20, 25, 30. It's better you start early, start to learn programming language, because that is where we are going into. Look at the world today. The world has turned. Cannot compare what you are seeing today to last 5 years ago. Because what we have today is AI integrated projects. There's AI is taking over most jobs. If you look at the UI, UX designers, AI has taken over their jobs. And looking at the front-end development, AI too is going to take their job. But one of the things that AI cannot take their job is a back-end developer. Yeah, because you need someone to think. You have to think. So yeah, AI will take the job, but not 100%. But I'm just here to tell you, to give you an idea. If you want to go into software developer, I'll give you the basic. I'll give you the idea, how it works, when to start. And if you start, do not give up. So I'm going to be breaking down becoming a software developer into 3 phases. So what is programming? Programming is just very simple, telling computer what to do, giving a computer a set of instruction on what to do. Then what are the languages used in programming? There are different kind of languages. Like I can tell a computer in Igbo language, they will tell me, go and bring water for me. I can tell him in Hausa, do this thing in different language. So I'm passing that the same information, but I'm using different languages to pass that information. Only the computer understands. So that is why I said that programming is kind of set of instruction that you pass to a computer for the computer to do what you have told him to do. And there are several ways to pass that instruction, which are in form of languages. That's why we have different kind of languages. We have JavaScript, we have Python, we have React, we have what do you call it? C Sharp, we have C++, we have Go, so many languages. So it depends on which one you want to learn, which one you want to go into. But I personally, I learned C Sharp programming language because of what? It's very easy, very simple to understand, and when you are learning it, you understand it perfectly. Other languages, yeah, they understand perfectly, but this is my area of specialization, using C Sharp to program, using C Sharp to code. So I'm here to break it down for you. Software development, there are 3 phases. Either you become a front-end development, or you become a back-end developer, or you become a full-stack developer. So there's this kind of scenario I always use to teach my students, so also they're able to understand the differences between front-end, the back-end, and what a full-stack developer. I'm going to give you that scenario so that you're going to understand, for you to choose. Yeah, so I'm going to use like a restaurant. So let's imagine that maybe driving, then on the road I saw a very beautiful restaurant, a cafe, maybe Nonny's Kitchen or Nonny's Cafe. I saw how the signage, I saw the color of the building, very beautiful. I saw everything about that restaurant. And I said to myself, this restaurant must be nice. Let me go and take a look. So I came out from my car. Then I went straight to the restaurant, and before the restaurant, there is a security guard, like a door. So there is always a door to enter a restaurant. So there is a security guard that is always there. So when I want to enter, a security guard will ask me, please, where is your access card? Maybe for you to enter into that kind of restaurant, you need an access card. So you're going to assess me, would you have an access card for this, for me to enter into this restaurant or for me to enter into this cafe? So what the security guys is doing is trying to what? Authenticate me, trying to ensure that that I have the access card that will enable me to enter into that restaurant. So without the security guard authenticating me, I will not be allowed to enter into that restaurant. So that is how a mobile app or a web app works. Without them authenticating you, you can't log in into that system. If they don't know who you are, you can't log in into that system. So the gates serve as what? To authenticate the person, user coming into that restaurant. So after that first step, they have authenticated me. So I enter into the restaurant. I sat down and I was looking around. I was looking at the beautiful chairs, the tables, the wallpaper, the TV, the designs, the interior. Wow, I said, this is perfect. Who designed this stuff? So those people that help in designing those stuff are referred to a word front-end developer. So those people are responsible to paint, to give some fittings, interiors, wall interiors, doing some design that only the user can see. So that process is being designed by a front-end developer. So let's look at it in a mobile web application or on a web application. Once you open your web application or your mobile app, maybe your Zenith mobile app, you'll see the colors, the red, the tables, the layout. You can see how beautiful they are. So those things are being designed by a front-end developer. So before you even log in, you see all those beautiful things. So those things attracted me for me to log in, for me to enter into that restaurant. So now I've sat down on the chair and I called the waiter. So that waiter now is serving as an API. What I mean by API is the one that's going to take my information, take it to where they are ordering my food, and bring back my response. So now that API, I'll just call the waiter. So the waiter serves as an API. I call the waiter, please come. The waiter will now show me like a card. Will give me a card that have the list of food that I can order from, different kind of variety of food. We can have what do you call it? Rice, chicken, salad, different kind of varieties lined up for me and the prices. So those list of foods on those cards, they can be referred to as words API endpoints. They are called endpoints. So endpoint is where I will order my food from. If I say I need number 2, so the waiter or the API takes number 2, record it on his device, then take my order. He has taken my order already, taking my request already, maybe rice and chicken. So my request is, what's inside that request is rice and chicken. So it took my request and what? Take it to where they are preparing the food. So when it took my request now and add my request to those people that are in charge of preparing my food. So those people in charge of preparing my food, you will see those who are responsible to cook the food, to prepare the food, to add oil, salt, Maggi, to make the food look nice, beautiful. Those people are referred to as what? Back-end developer. Those people that cooked that particular food that I ordered for. But I can't see them. The only people I can see is what? I can see the people that designed the front end. I can see the people that authenticated it, but I can't see what? The people that actually cook the food. So they submit my order for me. So the backend developer will now take my order, go to the database. Database means that where they store their food, where you can, if you go to a restaurant, you see like a shelf where the different section, you can see rice here, you can see rice and chicken, you can see beans here, you can see salad. So you take my order, prepare my food. So that shelf is referred to as what? Database. That is where all records are being kept. So you keep all my records there. So when I go to order my food for me and give the API or the waiter the what? my response. That is what I've ordered. Remember, the API came to me, collected my request, submitted the database. That the same API, take the response, collected my food I ordered from, come back to me, and what? Presented my words, my response. And what is another response? What I ordered for, which is rice and chicken. So now I've given you a scenario of a front-end developer, a back-end developer, a database administrator, and also a full stack developer. So what is a full stack developer? Are those people that can do both. You can do a front end, you can do a back end. So personally, I am a full stack developer. I do both front end and I do both back end. What I use for my back end is C#, the language. What I use for my front end is React.js. Yes, I use React.js very well for my front end. I use Bootstrap, I use so many HTML, CSS for those things. So, but what I want to tell you that if you want to go into software developer, you have to focus on becoming a back-end developer, because that is where most guys normally go into. That is a cheat code. Once you understand the back-end development or back-end developer, front-end developer will be easy for you to integrate into your back-end. It's very simple. AI can build a website. AI can build a mobile application. AI can build can design a web application for you. They can also give you a code, a back-end code, but you need someone that is technically gifted in that area for him to understand that this thing that AI gave me is actually good or wrong. So AI is taking over most of the job. That's why I always tell my students, please focus more on what? Back-end development. Focus more, because 80% of your 80% of your work rate has to go to back-end development. Then the main 20%, they can focus it on front-end development, but that is very easy. Very easy. You can use AI to design your layout. You can use AI to design your login page. You can use AI to design your registration page. You can use AI to design any of the pages. AI can design a very beautiful page for you. So that's what I always tell my students, please focus on back-end developer. So I'm not just here to teach. I'm just here to tell you the idea or the basic for you to become a software developer. So you don't even need to be experienced. You don't even need to be to know it. Just be consistent. Once you start, do not give up. Once you start, do not give up. I remember when I started about 5 years ago, and I registered for a class about 250,000 naira. That was about full stack development. Yes, 250,000 naira. And the first year, second year, I was saying to myself, what is this kind of thing I'm learning? I didn't even understand one thing. They were just teaching me. I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding, but I'm doing what they asked me to do. So after 3 years, after the third day, they gave me a certificate, and that is all. And I could not even do anything with that certificate because I don't understand it. But what keep me going? I keep on grinding. I keep on watching videos. I keep on going into more details about becoming a software developer, especially becoming a back-end developer. I began to go into details. And look at me today. Look at me today. I'm a software developer.